Okay, let's talk about the next voice you might hear when you call your dentist's office. And here's a hint, it might not be human. We're diving into the AI that's doing a whole lot more than just taking a message. You know the feeling. We've all been there. That dull ache you've been ignoring suddenly decides to become a full-blown throbbing nightmare, right at 5:01 p.m. You call the dentist, desperate, and what do you get? That familiar, soul-crushing message, our office is now closed. It feels like your emergency just got tossed into a black hole.
And for dental practices, this voicemail black hole isn't just a small inconvenience for patients. No, it's a massive, hidden crisis that is costing them an absolute fortune.
Get this. On average, a dental office misses about 35% of all its incoming calls. That's more than 1 out of every 3 potential patients who can't get through. Maybe because the lines are busy, the staff is at lunch, or the office is closed for the day. So, what happens when a patient in pain hits that voicemail? You might think they'd leave a message, but the reality is a staggering 87% of them don't. They just hang up. And they're not going to call you back. They're already back on Google, clicking on the next dentist on the list. And all those missed calls, all those hang-ups, they really add up. For the average practice, we're talking about an estimated $150,000 in lost revenue every single year. Suddenly, that harmless old voicemail system doesn't seem so harmless anymore, does it? This really just highlights the huge disconnect between what practices hope their voicemail is doing and what's actually happening. You know, you think patients are going to leave a nice, detailed message. The reality? 3/4 of them hang up right away. You think, oh, they'll call back later. Nope, they've already found another dentist who actually answered the phone. Okay, so if the old way is so clearly broken, what's the fix? Well, it's not about hiring more people or paying for a super expensive call center. The modern solution is something else entirely, an AI receptionist. But hold on, this is not one of those awful robotic, press 1 for appointments, press 2 for phone trees that makes you want to throw your phone against the wall. No, this is a seriously sophisticated conversational AI. It uses what's called natural language processing to have a real, fluid conversation, to actually understand what a patient needs, and then, and this is the key part, to take action on it. And just to be super clear, we are talking about a major leap in technology here. You need to forget those clunky scripted chatbots that get stuck in a loop if you say the wrong word. Conversational AI is different. It gets the context, it understands your intent, and it adapts the conversation. So much so that a lot of patients don't even realize they're talking to a machine. And what it can do is pretty incredible. It's on the job 24/7, 365, ready to instantly book or reschedule an appointment right into the clinic's own scheduling software. It can answer all those common questions, it can handle a bunch of calls at the same time so no one ever gets a busy signal, and it can even do it in multiple languages. I mean, it's essentially the perfect front desk employee who never sleeps, never takes a lunch break, and never has a bad day. But okay, that's the theory. How does this actually work in the real world? Let's, peel back the curtain a little bit and walk through a typical call to see this tech in action. First, just look at the sheer efficiency. The old way, you're talking maybe 24, 48 hours of just frustrating phone tag. The AI way, a brand new patient is booked, confirmed, and in the system in about 3 to 5 minutes. That's a total game changer for the patient experience. Now, this brings up a really important question. When an AI hears words like veneers or starts handling appointment info, is it crossing a legal line? We are talking about personal health information here, and that means we have to talk about HIPAA. So here's the deal. For any AI to be legal in this space, it has to be HIPAA compliant, and there's a very clear line drawn in the sand. The AI is programmed not to ask for specific medical details, the reason for your visit or your insurance provider. It sticks to the basics: name, number, preferred time. But what happens if a patient volunteers that information, like our caller did? Well, a truly compliant system is built to handle that. It funnels that data securely to a private server, not some random Google sheet. The big takeaway here is that the AI's legal role is strictly administrative. It's a receptionist, not a medical professional. And this, of course, raises the big inevitable question that comes up every single time we talk about AI. Is this technology going to replace the friendly faces we're used to seeing at the front desk? I absolutely love this analogy from one of our sources. The AI isn't here to replace your team's skills, it's here to amplify them. It's just like how a modern rotary tool doesn't replace a dentist's clinical judgment, it just makes them faster and more effective at doing their job. This is the same idea.
The best way to think about this is as a partnership. Let the AI handle all the repetitive, routine stuff, answering the phone at 2 a.m., booking simple cleanings. This frees up your human team to do what humans are incredible at: building genuine relationships, handling a nervous patient with empathy, and creatively solving those unique problems that an AI just can't handle.
And the results? They really do speak for themselves. The data from case studies shows that practices using this tech can slash their missed call rate from 35% all the way down to just 7%. That is an 80% reduction in missed opportunities. That's a massive amount of recaptured revenue, all while making the human team more focused and effective.
So, what's next? Where does this all go from here? Well, believe me, this technology is not standing still. It's evolving fast, and it's on track to automate even more of the patient journey. This explainer was brought to you by Voiceonic. To get your own AI receptionist today and to start your journey into the future of business automation, just visit voiceonic.com.